Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the trees at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We got you.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
It's Week 15, and the Kansas City Chiefs are staring down a true must-win game as they host the Los Angeles Chargers at Arrowhead. The Chiefs come in as 4.5-point favorites, and with their playoff hopes hanging in the balance, this one means everything. FanDuel has every angle covered from Mahomes' passing yards and Hunt's rushing props. Want even more plays? Build your own same-game parlay and ride with the Chiefs Kingdom all Sunday long. With fast payouts and an app that's smoother than a Mahomes no-look throw, FanDuel makes every snap feel bigger. And don't forget, every Friday on Chief Concerns, we drop our best 5-leg same-game parlay for the weekend. Plus, JD's 10 Keys to Victory, breaking down exactly how the Chiefs can keep their playoff hopes alive with a win over the Chargers. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every snap count. Chiefs, Chargers, everything on the line, and Arrowhead will be rocking. Attention all sports bettors. Big news, Chiefs Kingdom. Sports betting is finally going live in Missouri on December 1st. So we've partnered with bookies.com to bring you all the best sportsbook promos and sign-up offers in one place. Head over to bookies.com/chiefconcerns. The link is in the description below to check out all the offers from the top sports books in your area and pre-register today. You can lock in those bonuses now, even before betting officially starts on December 1st. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Tight End on your Monday evening. I am Marcus Dash. Our co-host, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, will be joining us shortly for his grades for this Week 14 game. Forgettable one, a game that we'll put behind us right after this episode is over, and we won't talk about it anymore, but it should be a good one. I'm very curious to hear what JD has to say. Issa Polle was probably the biggest takeaway for me last night. Curious to hear how he grades it a day after. I do think a lot of people are saying we might potentially have a future right tackle on our hands, which would be very well could. I do love what I saw from him. I was very surprised. I know there's a lot of people in Chiefs Kingdom that thought he was going to be the dude or a guy. And, you know, it makes you question the coaching, the roster construction, letting him go. And it also kind of questions the Jets too, right? Because we let him go. The Jets sign him. Then he makes it back to us. They cut him a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, I'd say. Comes back to us. And then we bring him, and now he's, getting in playing time during a meaningful Week 14 game at the left tackle spot. So, honestly, really big fan of what we saw from Issa Polle, and seeing JD look at the film again after one day. I mean, the numbers. I mean, I think I saw earlier they only allowed two pressures yesterday. Let me see what the exact stats were. I retweeted this thing earlier. Let me just go to this real fast. Yeah, in his first regular season game, facing maybe the best passers in the NFL, he allowed 3 pressures on 42 pass blocking snaps. Pretty dang good for a guy coming out of the street, essentially, an undrafted guy who came out, looked great during preseason in the third and fourth quarter. But sometimes, because hey, that's who you're going up against, and then comes out and does what he did last night against Daniel Hunter, Will Anderson. I mean, that wasn't some cupcake team on the other end. That was the best of the best. So we're already seeing what he could do against the best of the best. So when we do play average talent, he should be able to dominate. So I think we found a guy. So really, yeah, we lost yesterday, but in many ways we got some gems out of it, right? We were able to find and know that we have a guy in Issa Polle and a potential battle at the right tackle spot next year. Because let's be real, Juwan Taylor's gone. We're not going to keep him at that number next year. We can get out of his contract. So you have Jalen Moore you're paying for one more year. And then you have a guy like Issa Polle. You have him and Jalen Moore battling out for the right tackle spot. And either way, they're both young guys. And you have Jalen Moore be your swing, your backup utility guy next year. Polle can win it in the offseason. But again, that's a conversation for the offseason. We still got some time left to make some noise here. Maybe play spoiler. Maybe make the playoffs. but we do need the Eagles to win tonight, at least help us in the last 4 games, this last 5-game stretch for the Chargers here. But yeah, I love to see. I love what we saw at Asa Bole last night. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna before I get to see who's in the chat tonight, I want to be able to recognize the peeps here in our holiday giveaway. Let me get it over here. Our holiday giveaway. So yeah, we are going to be giving away these beautiful pieces of work from our friend Corey, the artist chief. He does amazing things. I mean, this is all his artwork here. The Chief Concerns headbands will be sending off to people as well. All we ask is you go to the description below. We have a link to Apple Podcasts. Go and leave us a review and send us your YouTube handle so we know who you are. And then, of course, once we announce who the winner is, we've had 3 winners so far this holiday season, Will, Maria, and Hippie Cypriot. And they've reached out to me, they gave me their address. We've set them off. So that's all you got to do to get another giveaway is subscribe to the channel, go to the Apple Podcast, leave a review, 5-star review, of course, and leave a comment saying who you are with your YouTube handle, and we can get this thing going. So it's an amazing giveaway. We do it every year. It's our way of giving back to you guys for being, just amazing followers and part of the community. We really love you guys. So yeah. All right. So I got to say, tonight is going to be interesting because I like I said, we were all really happy about what we saw from the defensive line. In the second half, they showed some life. We were happy to see that Asa Pole looked great. Honestly, and I know if you look at his numbers weren't great. But I think Kareem Hunt, man, he showed some heart and he showed some grit. Now you could say he dropped that pass, but really he got his head around late on that. When that, it was a great play. I like that play that they drew up for Kareem. But at the end of the day, I thought he showed great heart. I mean, that touchdown he had. I mean, he was met in the backfield, and that was just all will and want to, and he got in the end zone for that. So I do want to give Kareem Hunt some love, and I know his stats weren't didn't blow you away, and I wish that we honestly would have ran the ball more with him. But still, I thought Kareem Hunt's play yesterday was admirable, and I wish more people kind of played with that grit and will and want to, because I think there's only very few guys who I saw that will and want to yesterday. Chris Jones, Jalen Watson, Kareem Hunt, Asa Pole. And honestly, everybody that was the line honestly played their asses off. I know we were shorthanded, but Kingsley looked fine yesterday. Jalen Moore was kind of rough. Caliendo had some moments, and I'm not, you guys know me. I'm not the biggest Mike Caliendo fan. I'm more of a Frank Caliendo fan, but yeah, he looked all right. I did want to commend Kareem Hunt for his performance yesterday, because even with that, I mean, the guy was just phenomenal yesterday. So let's see who's in the chat tonight before JD hits in here for his Week 14 grades. Elcar's 5,000. What's good, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my man. Joey, should Chiefs be looking for a head coach assistant that can take over when Reid retires? I don't know. I mean, based on what Schefter said today, although take whatever Schefter said with a grain of salt, he said we need to look into getting upgrading off the line in the offseason. If you're saying that, you don't know football. I'm sorry. And the thing is, too, it's like, Schefter, come on. We don't come to you for football analysis, right? We come to you to see who's getting cut, who's getting signed, who's coming back from injury, who's on IR designation. We don't come for you for football analysis. And here, what I heard from you today about our offensive line, you don't know anything about anything when it comes to football analysis. That's not your thing. You just stick to reporting what the insiders are telling you, buddy. That's it. I want to hear you talk about our offensive line. You don't know what you're talking about. But Schefter did say he doesn't think there's any changes coming to the staff, at least voluntary changes. So it means essentially because Nagy's a name to watch for the Titans job, Spags a name to watch for the Giants job. So voluntarily, we're not going to probably do anything to our staff. But if those guys get jobs elsewhere, then we'll have to make some noise. And maybe, if Nagy gets the Tennessee job, then you have EB come in, maybe OC, Doug Peterson, Mike Kafka. I know they're huge Mike Kafka guys. And a nice young voice in the Andy Reid tree. So that'd be nice. Master Prestige, let's roll, baby. Let's get it. I hope his grades are satisfactory to everybody tonight, because JD's gonna lay it on. He's gonna lay it on thick. Will, hoping for a miracle to sneak into the playoffs. Well, tonight starts with the Chargers losing. And I will say that first drive of the Chargers just now, yikes. I don't think the Eagles might have a long day ahead of them. I hope Fangio wakes up here. I'm going to get Spaghetti taken over if we get a better offensive coordinator. I like Spags. I don't know how I feel about DC, a defensive mind coach. I think I'm not a big defensive minded coach taking over the helm. That's probably not my thing. I'd much rather have a special teams kind of guy take over where they're not really like they kind of really much run the operation. They're not like either hands on defense, hands on the offense. You know, like a good example is Harbaugh with the Chargers. And look at him in Michigan too. He wasn't really an offensive guy nor a defensive guy. He kind of like just roamed. He was a roamer. I want a roamer or an offensive guy, especially with as long as you have Pat, I want an offensive guy just to be able to be with him. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, look, Bills are a good example of that. McDermott, that's a defensive guy who's kind of runs the whole operation. So like, I'm more with the offensive guy kind of run the whole operation. Our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, is joining us now. Let's bring him in. There he is. What's up, JD?
What's going down, Marcus? What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing
good. Well? Okay. Has all the emotions, everything tapered down a little bit? Or no? Huh?
Based on our chat here, it seems like everyone's pretty. I think everyone just wants to hear your grades tonight. I don't think anyone's really going overboard. But I will say the comments we had on our post game show and one of our clips from today, that is where I saw a lot of blow it up. Let's get rid of everybody. Fire Reid, fire Veach. Elevate Nagy to be the head coach or get out of the room altogether. I've seen Cliff Kingsbury. People want Cliff Kingsbury to come in and be our head coach. I've seen a lot of things, JD. I've seen a lot of things today.
Cliff Kingsbury to come be our head coach.
I've seen some of that.
Who said that?
Some of our fans on our community, and then also I've seen on Twitter as well. Yeah.
Man, just you know what, man? I just after it all kind of tapered down a little bit, I just kind of like, yeah, you know what? This is kind of par for the course, right? I mean, this is what's going to be. It's going to be, I wouldn't say overreaction, but some is definitely overreaction, especially if you're thinking about firing Andy Reid and, burn it all down. I've heard some crazy stuff myself. And then I start realizing, like, I know people are venting, and sometimes some folks just want to, go to a whole level that's not necessary. I don't think people really know what they're asking for. And I had this. I should have said this last night, Marcus. Since you've been born, how many parades have the Chiefs had?
Three?
Three?
Yeah.
Since you've been born, how many championships have the Chiefs had? Super Bowls have they won, and how many Super Bowls have they been to?
So 3 championships or Super Bowl championships. How many Super Bowls have they been to? 5? Yeah, 5. We lost 2 and won 3. Yeah, 5.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'll tell you what. I think the only one that's been able to accomplish that is the man that's in the room right now. Am I lying?
All facts.
All facts, brother. So when I say that, I think we need to kind of pump our brakes a little bit and say, oh, man, like, what are we actually asking here? I went in and looked who has the most Super Bowls. Obviously, current coaches, Andy's number one. So when they talking about firing Andy Reid, I don't understand the silly talk that goes into that. And it's all just, all emotion. That's all it is. So just all emotion. So I just say, man, look, we calm down a little bit. I know we're not where we want to be, and the guys are not. They understand that. Shoot, they're upset. They're the ones out there playing. I keep saying that all the time. I played here in Kansas City for 8 years, Marcus. 12-year run in the NFL. I've been to playoff games, I think in my career, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 playoff games. 5. And the guy we're asking for his head has won AFC championships, been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3 of them. And now we're saying, let's get rid of the guy. I just like we got to have some reason and rationale now. You know what I mean? We really do. And it's not really a compelling argument. Oh, well, the Chiefs and, the offense has been like this for the past 3 years. Well, the Chiefs, the past 3 years, Marcus, if I'm not mistaken, what had the results been for the past 3 years, including this year?
Last 3 years going to the Super Bowl, and then this year about a mediocre 500 team.
Okay. Mediocre 500 team, Super Bowl last year, the year before we won the Super Bowl. Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I'm just asking. I'm just checking. Right. I just want to know. So, while we understand what this is, we need to understand how hard it is to win Super Bowls and playoff games or a game just in the NFL alone. I don't think people quite understand the difficulty of it. I know this after playing for so many years, and I thought we have some wonderful teams. We did. Shoot, we led the league in offense, I think, for 3 years. I was there, I think, one time when I was in Philly, led offense. But what was the results of it? Those Super Bowls. We went to, like I said, playoff games, but that's about the end of it, Marcus. About the end of it. So, hey, man, be grateful. I always say is, man, we got to be grateful for what they've been able to accomplish. And I don't think people have a great perspective when they talk about burn it all down and get rid of everything, And I don't mind being a voice of reason. I know what it means for a guy to get to the Super Bowl, how hard it is, sitting outside after you work your butt and your tail off to try to get there. So these games are not going to be easy. Teams are not just going to lay down for us. And you know what we're going to get? We're going to get everybody's best. Why? Because they know how good the Chiefs are. We understand that. So it doesn't say, but that's not saying that we don't need to be better. It's not saying that we doesn't have room for improvement. I think there are some things that we need to do, some questions that we need to ask. I think Seth Kaiser he had some questions he asked. I was like, oh, okay. Seth asked some really good questions. But for us as fans, while we sitting back and we watching this, it's tough. But hey, man, these guys. Hey, man, I'm gonna ride with them. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to be at with them.
It's your point, JD. Obviously, you played, so you lived it. But, it's as a fan, before Andy Reid in the last, since 2000, just talk about AFC West championships. Forget about the Super Bowl. Forget about that.
Yeah.
They had Andy Reid, we go in 9 years of winning the AFC West. Before that, 2010 was the last AFC West championship that we had. Before that, 2003 was the last AFC West championship. And that was yours, and that's right here. This pennant is the AFC West championship that they gave out when you guys won in 2003. So, this is we had this in 2010 before Andy Reid. So, that's 7 years difference from 2003 to 2010. And then when Andy Reid comes, it's literally us for the last decade. So, people don't forget about how awesome and how lucky we are to have that, but, how hard that is. You had one of these puppies.
Yes. My point exactly. And so, when you're out there and you're working and you're playing and you're trying to win every single game that you're doing. Okay. And I'm just talking about just my career. I know the guys around me put the work in and the effort and everything they did. They tried their best to try to get to championship, the Super Bowl, and all those different things. We came up short year after year. Sometimes, man, we had a bad losing record. I was looking at my record. I was like, dang, I thought our record was better than what it was, Marcus. We was 7-9 one year. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, hey, man, look, where are we at right now? I know Jeremy Gallagher is asking us on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident can we sneak into the playoffs? If we got to win out, we're going to need some teams to lose, right? It's just how it is right now. The fate doesn't lie with us anymore. Okay, we're not the masters of our own destiny, and so we're gonna be cheering on a couple of teams like, "Hey, let's go and see what's going to happen at the end of that." So,
and one of those games is tonight. We need Philadelphia to beat the Chargers. We need that. We need the Chargers to go 2-3 or 1-4 down the stretch. Obviously, if they go 2-3, we need 2 of those losses. Obviously, to be us and Denver. or 1-4 down the stretch. And I mean, they should. 7-3 right now. They're beating the Eagles, but the Eagles need to help us out tonight to start that. And then we play them next week. And obviously, next week is the end all. We talking about must wins, JD.
Yeah.
We talked about for the last 4 weeks. But this coming Sunday is the official must win game, because if we lose that game, I believe we have a 0.2% chance to make the playoffs at that point. So that is the ultimate end all be all must win game this coming Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey man, keep riding this thing until it's over. So it's not over. The fat lady hasn't sung yet. She hasn't. So we'll just have to look for a little bit of luck. Hopefully, man, once we win out, we sneak right into the playoffs. And I tell you what, we sneak into the playoffs, man. This going to be a much dangerous team then. We're a dangerous team now, man. We just have the mistakes. You see Andy, you see Pat, when they talk about these things, the disappointment guys have, Chris Jones and Nick Bolton getting up there. Listen, Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce didn't, they didn't even talk to the press last night. I'm sitting there thinking, like, what do you want them to say? The guy's upset.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at him. I'm not. I ain't mad at him.
But you will hear probably Travis on his show say the same thing he's been saying for the last month. Like, we're so close, we're there. We'll get it figured out. Again, I know people are mocking him saying that, and the guy saying that, the presser, but like, really, what do you want him to say? Like, you want him to say, oh yeah, whatever. Like, no. What else can he say? Like, hey, we know it's annoying that we keep losing, but like, we're that close, and they are that close. So like, I don't know what fans want them to say, that the ones who are mocking them after press conferences and stuff. Like, maybe these fans don't want to hear them at all after games. I don't know.
Well, no, everybody's like, oh, cowards. They have people calling them cowards because they didn't want to. These guys are pissed off. Oh, you coward. What do you want them to say? You want them to apologize to you? It's going to make you feel better? You think it's going to bring the win back? Well, you want an explanation on why they didn't catch the football? Why it didn't happen? Like, what actually are you asking for the guys to say, hey, man, yeah, my gloves weren't working, or, hey, I just wasn't feeling well. Just didn't feel like catching it, Just want everybody to know. It was kind of funny, man. Billy Baber sent me I guess it was I'm trying to think who it was. I thought it was one of the funniest things. Packers cornerback Keeson Nixon, on whether his game stealing INT was ratified. He said, I don't care. I don't do this for anybody else. He said, screw everybody else, basically, is what he said. He's like, geez, okay. Just how some guys feel.
Yeah.
I think these guys up here, man, they really care. They're trying to do it, not only just for themselves, but, they understand the city's behind them. They understand, Chiefs Kingdom is behind them. It's going to rock with them. But it's always those few that get on. It's really toxic, about who they are. And, like, you're so upset that, your day's ruined. I know when you ask me, like, JD, how you feel, I'm like, hey, man, I haven't played a game. It's pissed off to watch it, but, I'm all right. You know what? I'm going to sleep well in my bed. Marcus, I'm going to get right back up. I don't have no bumps and bruises. I didn't play the game, but I do know how those guys feel, that defeat, and it gnaws at you. It bothers him. And those guys didn't have any of those for good sleep and rest last night. I know that. Those are the guys that's there in the ring. Those guys out there on the field. And so, hey, shoot. I felt bad for those jokers last night, man. I did. So.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, like, I know it's like, because we the Chiefs have been the team of the last decade, and so you're seeing a lot of people just kind of trend to pile it on us losing. And I think as Chief fans, that's kind of annoying. I get that from the outside fans.
Yeah.
But our own fans doing that stuff, that really bothers me. Like today, for example, I don't know if you saw that the Democrats, like the official National Democratic, like their Twitter page.
No.
They literally made a compilation of all our drops last night, the missed field goals last night, and the header was washed, and it had Bucker's missed field goal, and then it had a Trump like a sleepy face a clip, and then Kelsey's drop catch, which turns into an interception, and then followed by a Trump like a miss on the golf course. And it's like, I mean, seriously, we're getting clowned on by the by a political organization's Twitter page. Like, at first I thought it was a joke. It was legitimate. It's like I thought, and I think I said, like, I get it because the Bucker has outspoken on the other side of things. I get that, but like, go after Kelsey. I mean, Kelsey's been his fiance was one of the biggest supporters of the Democratic nominee. So we're getting piled on from every end. It's ridiculous.
Well, the problem is, man, anytime you have any type of public political discord, people attach whatever figures to whether they believe they're a part of, right? So you said, Buckner, when he said that about his wife and women, and of course, oh man, they're gonna jump all over that, right? And then of course, like you said, Taylor Swift, I think all I've seen is that she's a supporter of the Democrat Party, but some might not like Travis Kelce because they may not know where he lies in all of these things, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Pat. He's a little bit ambiguous in some of those things. But here's the thing, though. Instead of doing all of that, and you're celebrating for guys to drop and lose and stuff, man, it's just I feel like it's low consciousness. That's what that really is. It's low consciousness, and not only the Dems, but also the Republicans do it as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna hit at both ends. Like, I mean, the President of the United States said that he hated Travis's fiance, for crying out loud. So like, crazy. I mean, we're gonna hit at all ends. I just thought it was like funny. Like, I mean, are they gonna make a video if the Eagles lose tonight? If Saquon Barkley fumbles the ball, are they gonna make a video calling him washed because he was he would play golf with President Trump? I mean, like, this is ridiculous. I just feel like we're taken out and we're just getting hit by everybody, every other fan base, and now both political parties. It's ridiculous.
Well,
must be a Raider fan who runs that account or something.
It must be. I don't know who it is. But either one, I think it's ridiculous. Anytime that, like I said, you attach any type of political, party to those things, that's I think it's, we start getting into the ridiculous part of where people are, right?
Yeah.
Because look, we are trying to say football, and it's like, hey, let's keep politics out of football. Hey, man, look. I think morality, how people look at things, we're not always going to agree on certain things, but look, just to do that, to attach it to the Democrat Party to do it is wrong, just like it'd be wrong if the Republican Party did the same thing. And saying that, and then the president going out and saying, you don't like Taylor Swift. Why? Because she didn't support you? Is that the reason? I think somebody who was at the president coming to the Super Bowl last year didn't help keep the sports apolitical.
No,
he's a president. He's looking for every, piece he can to get himself out there.
Yeah,
that's who Trump is. So, but hey, man, but this is about the Kansas City Chiefs, about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And so it's even if you have the ones that do support, like you said, even our own fans, like Sasha, our own fans is like running into the ground.
It's crazy.
Turn it all down. Get rid of them all. He's Travis Kelce is washed. Somebody hit me and said Travis Kelce is washed. Travis Kelce is one of the top 3 tight ends right now in the NFL. He's doing extremely well. You want to get rid of Travis Kelce? Nah. For what? We'll let that man walk out the way he wants to walk out, retire the way he feels like he needs to retire. He's owed that. But to try to push him out the door because he didn't catch a ball that's behind him, and now you're going to excoriate him for those things? Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, honestly, what are we doing?
Yeah, I see a bunch of tweets kind of like to this effect, like, get rid of everybody, keep 15 and keep 15 was pretty much the only thing I've seen, right? They get everybody else. Like, okay, first of all, it's not realistic, but secondly, like, what are we talking about here? I mean, yeah, and then also I think I responded to somebody saying, like, Travis Kelce's tight end 2 this year. This is a guy who's not, well, you're saying he's washed. He's tight end 2 behind Trey McBride this year. That's not washed.
No, not washed by no measure. Like I said, man, if that's washed, give me washed then. Any team would take that washed. Any team in the NFL will take that washed. Seriously. So, like I said, man, it's just, anger and emotions, cloud judgments and whatnot, and that's where we are. hopefully, man, I'll shed some light on with these grades. Talk a little bit about some of the things that our conversation. I think I shared that, the fourth down play, Marcus. I was talking about that last night. And even today, I kind of stand by it. I like the aggressive move that Andy did because if we don't get it, which we didn't, we stopped them to a field goal, which we didn't, and they scored. Okay, fine. We still got plenty of time. There's still plenty of time on the clock. And so I think what we were looking at least Andy is we had the momentum. We got a little bit of the wind in our sails. Why don't we just go ahead and attack them now? And so I do agree with that part of it. I'm like, okay, if you're going to put it on anybody's back, if you're sitting over saying this might determine the season or our mentality where we want to go, we got to be able to attack. We got to be able to get it on 4th and 1. So now there's the grit and determination that everybody has to display to get that first down. That's what has to happen. Like I said, I didn't like the second one. The second 4th down, I think we should have punted it. But, hey, man, hindsight, right? It's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that we kind of basically what we talked about last time. I didn't like the 4th and 1 call just because I didn't like the play call, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and obviously we can talk. We get it. We're all saying, man, Andy Reid's a genius. He trusted our team so well, and we got that first down. But like you said, hindsight's 2020. We didn't get it, and the play design is kind of like a disaster there. The 4th and 4, I guess I'm less mad about that one, just because, like, the play obviously worked, right? Because the ball got to Rashee Rice, and Rashee Rice just drops it. I guess that for me, it's like, well, it was there. Whereas that 4th and 1 one, there was like nothing there. It seemed like there was nothing on that play. I did see a bird's eye view shot of that, and it looked like Juju was wide open in the middle of the field, and it looked like he had Hollywood on a drag route if he wanted him.
If he wanted to, he could have. He definitely could have. The second one, the only reason the second was problematic is because if you do get a field goal, then you go up 2 scores. Then you're really in the bad position, and so don't make it worse. And so that's why I said, punt it, hold them, get the ball back, and then you probably have great field position to get the ball back to tie the game up. So that's why I think the second one, because it was 4th and 4. It's not like 4th and 1. 4th and 4 is a little more difficult.
That ain't taking care of business. You're basketball.
You know what I mean? Football. Do a little football work over here, sir. How you doing? You doing all right? Oh, yeah.
But, you're right. And I'll say this. I mean, the defense, on the 4th and 1, they only had 30 yards to score. And they could have held them to a field goal. I mean, Andy obviously trusts the defense. And then you can look at both sides. Andy trusts the defense there. They can make a stop there. They end up scoring a touchdown there. On the other side, that a lot of people are saying, well, we had the momentum defensively by leaving them in that short yardage there. It kind of hurt the defense. They kind of lost some of the momentum that they had. But again, on the 4th and 4 one, they actually ended up stopping them on that. They actually took them out of field goal range where that could have really put the main dagger there, but the defense still gives us another chance there.
Yeah, but they didn't. They didn't stop him.
Yeah.
I mean, he escaped from Chris Jones and got around the corner and, the first down. So, like I said, you could go back and look at these things, but like I said, at least if you do it early, it's manageable. You can manage because you still have a whole lot of time on the clock. And I think it's why when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking this, I know for staff, that's what I would have done. Now, I told you before, I probably would have tried to draw on all sides and then punt. But I do get that part like, hey, man, shoot. Hey, I felt like the offense did a great job also, too, with a little bit of the momentum. And so if we do have the best short down back in the business, why not do it? Because then imagine what you do to that team, to the Texans, right? It's like, man, we're not backing up from anybody. We're not. We're confident in what we do and who we got right here. And our, second half, we look a little bit different. We did. So, and you could see our determination. It did change. It did shift. So, I think it's when Andy was talking about putting guys in a bad position. I think the second one was really a bad spot. So,
yeah. It is interesting, though. The analytics were saying on that 4th and 1 play to go for it was actually in the positive for us to go for, which for me, it's like We could argue about like if it was a smart move or not. I just feel like that's crazy. That was a analytically smart play according to the analytics there, and that one's just interesting to me. I mean, over the 10 years, Andy Reid's never really been one of these guys to take chances and do that kind of thing. And for me, when I kind of look at I think it was the first time he's ever done that. He's ever gone for a 4th down and on his own 30 in his era with the Chiefs. And for me, that brings back to the point where we talked about before, like playing desperate, and that was like doing things out of the norm, out of your norm, and out of the realm. For me, that was like kind of going back to what you said about like, playing confident, not playing desperate, and it seemed like a desperate move there. And obviously, again, if we had gotten it, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. Like we probably ended up winning that game, but we didn't get it.
Yeah, but apparently we were one of the best, if not the best, fourth down team in the NFL.
Yeah, we were.
So Andy them know that. They know the metrics on it too. They do.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there saying, okay, shoot, we got several plays in our arsenal for 4th down. And they usually do a great job. They do. Whether it be like the little fullback dive they use with Kareem Hunt or, out in the flat or over the ball. I think it's what we were kind of looking for. And so Pat, that was under duress a little bit from, Jalen Moore's guy. He had to step up, and that threw him off. And it was kind of a guy in his face too. So, oh well, you could draw up the best play, and it may not still work. Been there.
So that was a chess match, man.
Yeah.
We got a contribution from Amda, then we'll get to the grades.
What up, Amda Brown? Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
That's all here.
Cold hard truth. The Chiefs may only beat the Raiders. The product on the field and most of the players haven't experienced adversity like this. Maybe too much to overcome. I'll continue to cheer for my guys no matter what. I mean, hey, we're a 6-7 team. I mean, I can't really argue with you, Amda. I can't.
Cold hard truth. The Chiefs may only beat the Raiders. I don't believe that. Come on, Amda. Sure, we're better than that. We are. We're better than what our record shows. Truly. And that's why I always push back. You say, oh, well, you reckon you are what your record say you are. I don't believe that. I think you're better than what you actually show. If I did something wrong, does that just – am I a failure? No, just you failed on this particular one. We failed these plays in these games, shot ourselves in the foot. That's what we've done. I wouldn't any other team, it's just us, man. It's us. Drop passes? Come on. Who would think Rashid Rice dropped passes like he did?
Noah Gray, they dropped 2 passes last night, too. And Noah Gray's usually a sure-handed guy.
Yes. Yeah, Noah Gray. 2 right there on him. I'm like, what? So, oh, man.
All right, so now we're going to get to the grades, guys. Well, and I'll preface this as we get to the grades. There's while we lost the game, and obviously we wanted to win, there were some silver linings to come out of that game. And as JD kind of goes through this, I'll point out the ones that in my mind that I thought were silver linings throughout that game. May have potential future starting right tackle that we found out last night. Maybe. Maybe. I tell you what, man, he surprised me. He did. He surprised me. But this is what it takes a guy like that to develop. You give him time to develop. So They trust him. They moved him up, right? That's what they did, Marcus. And he came and he showed out. And we found something. But he looked like he's got great feet. Get him to understand everything that he needs to be done. I think might have been a couple of questionable like assignment things that he might have been off of, but that's I mean, you expect that. Shoot. I mean, you throw the guy in the fire right now and immediately you do expect, a couple of those like missed assignments. But other than that, man, I think he's got great feet on him. Big guy. And I think, man, when I watched him going against those defensive ends, Hunter and Anderson, he was just swallowing the guys up. He's just realized, like, man, this is just a big joker. I played with Trey Thomas up here in Philadelphia, man. Trey Thomas was like 6'8", 6'9", and I'm talking about
would blot out the sun. I mean, he's a big man, like in a doorway. He's like, Dad, God. And I don't care how, how big you think you are. When you see a joker who's like that, 6'7", 6'8", how big is Issa Pole?
I thought he was 6'9".
Is he 6'9"?
Hold on.
He look like it, man. Look at that joker right there, boy. He's a wide body.
He's huge, yeah. Okay, 6'7", 319. I thought he was 6'9" for some reason. But yeah, 6'7",
319. Yeah, he's wide. Yeah.
And your Trey Thomas was 6'8", 316. So we're about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Big dudes, man. Big dude. You be starting on. Well, let me go ahead and do Andy and them first. I'll go ahead and do Andy, guys. So Andy and Nagy, they can't catch the football. They can't. Some of the plays, I hate the delayed draw or the shotgun zone play. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Because first off, we're not going downhill. Two, the linebackers are able to read that really quick. But I do believe that Andy called some plays that and Nagy that helped out the O-line, was able to get some guys open. We just had a conversation about the fourth down plays, which I think one of them was definitely a bad call. I don't know. I think I thought they did a pretty decent job pulling some things out. I think they did, but I gave them a C+. I gave them a C+.
JD, someone commented on our post-game show last night and said, I think he was talking about, because you made a mention, when your left tackle goes down, your game plan changes. Someone commented saying game plan doesn't change because one guy went down. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, schematically, stuff's got to change in order to help out these guys who are on the line, especially a dude who's making his debut last night. I mean, how much did Wanye going out in that first play, or that one of the first plays, change our game plan and play calling as the schematics last night?
I mean, I think we were going to do the same thing with Wanye as well, and that means chip blocking, having turn protection, probably 6 or 7 in max protection as well, just to help out with the pass rush. So I don't think it changed too much from Issa to Wanye, because that's one thing that we had to do, man. We had to stifle their pass rush. That was the most concerning thing that we had to deal with, Marcus. So whether it was Wanye was going to give you a chip, we're going to have tight ends there, spread out protection, turn protection. That's something that we just had to do. We had to do that anyway. So, but now, if Josh Simmons was in a game, we wouldn't have to use that type of protection with Josh. Even though we might give a chip every once in a while, it wouldn't have to be in, obviously, as much it would have been like with Wanye or with Issa. And I think Issa, man, actually, shoot, we helped him out sometimes, and other times, man, he was just solid. So, but it is a difference when sometimes we wanted to get out of hand, we just weren't able to get out of hand like we wanted to, and that was because other guys are getting beat as well. And we'll get into that O-line because that's the tough part.
It's rough. One of the plays I did like a lot, I wish we saw a little bit more of, is the one play where he had, it was a pistol formation. Brashard Smith was behind Mahomes and Kareem Hunt was next to him. It was the fake handoff to Kareem, then a pitch to Brashard. I want to see more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great play, but I would love to see more of those pitch outs to Brashard Smith. I would love to see it. And having those two guys on this field at the same time, it does give me it gives me Lendell White, Reggie Bush And that's kind of stuff they did at USC together. When you had smash and dash the field together, you could do those kind of things. And I feel like we are missing out on an opportunity to be able to utilize both those guys at the same time.
I think they become a weapon when you put, like you said, put both of them on the field. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
We see, was it a must-win game? C is a passing grade. Did we pass the test? It's a accumulation. This is a team thing. So this is just individually going over their grades. Like I said before, Andy can't block for guys, and he can't catch the daggone football. And he can't run routes for guys either to get open. So all you can do is try to maximize the talent that you have and get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. And we did that last night. We tried that last night. And sometimes we came up short. Sometimes it's just some bad throws. So.
Yeah, and I think separation as far as the receiver-wise, I think you'll get to that. We get to the receivers portion. All right. Offensive line, we talked about a little bit about Issa Pole, but he was probably one of the standouts. 42 pass block snaps, only allowed 3 pressures last night. Jalen Moore allowed 14 pressures on his right side, which is
what?
Yeah, 14.
Jeez. Yeah, That's what it looked like. It looked like that too. So Issa, we were just talking about him. I mean, he's a big man. He's got pretty good feet, very athletic. He's got some strength. Once he started settling in, he looked a lot better. When he first got out there, man, he looked like a deer in headlights. Kind of wasn't really having his feet and things set up underneath him. But I think once he got there, he was like, man, this is just football. It's just football. Let me go out there and compete. And so he was able to get out there and kind of figure it out. And we were able to help him out sometimes in pass protection to help him figure it out. And so he was playing with the big boys last night, but he did a great job. He did. Other offensive linemen, Creed had a pretty decent game. Caliendo, rough game for him. Jalen Moore as well. That right side was really struggling. We did everything. We helped Chip. We tried to out leverage the defensive end to capture the edge, so Pat can roll out on a few of those things. We even wrote out opposite of it, Marcus, from the guys to give Pat enough time to kind of backtrack and throw, right? So that's kind of like one of those like zone pass protections, turn protection to get all the way out there. But I think some of the lack of running game was also too getting up to the second level or sticking and staying on our man. But they didn't do a bad job. I know everybody was sitting there saying, well, the offensive line wasn't the problem we lost last night. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on now. Like, everybody had a part in this loss, believe me, okay? And Pat was out there under duress the times when he didn't need to be. And that was a result of the offensive line. So we don't want to, clear them of everything because they part of this as well, okay? But Issa did a great job. Everybody's B-, B-, B-. I'm with Linda on here. I gave him a C+. I don't see. It was no B's. There was no B's on this offensive line last night. Sorry, it wasn't. We and I think the timing of certain routes and plays has to operate like without having any type of snafus or hindrance at all. And like I said before, hold up. You got to say to yourself, as a blocker, pass blocker, give him 4 to 5 seconds. 5 seconds in my mind, I got to give him that, at least that, to get my guy off of him. And I'm talking about on his arm, hand in the face, those things. Just give him some time. And so, but those guys got a C+. And that's not bad. C+ is not bad. It's better than average. So,
Yeah, I think what people say, I mean, at least for me, when I say the offensive line wasn't the problem last night, it's more like I think I was expecting the offensive line to be a lot worse than it was. So I guess that's because that might be what a lot of people thought. I mean, just, coming into the game with that many reserves, I think people just expected this defensive line to kind of tee off on us. And they didn't tee off on us as much as many of us thought. So I think we overperformed what the expectations were for the offensive line. I think that's – would you say they overperformed their expectation? Were you expecting to play like this last night, or were you expecting better than what you saw?
No. Now, Easter played a lot better than what I expected.
Me too.
But everybody else, yeah, I knew it was going to be a rough outing. And it looked like it. It was that. But no, better than expected. If you go down there, okay, and it should turn to the right. Should be some right there. If there's none there, just let me know. I think I might know where some are. Okay, all right.
So yeah. I mean, Issa. I know. At the end of the day, I think we got a dude here. I think it outperformed the expectations I had for him. I think JD had for him. Again, there's always guys come out of training camp and preseason where they dominate the third or fourth quarter of games, and their numbers look good, but then seeing them on a Sunday night primetime game against the best pass rush in the league, and he looked the way he looked. I think there's some serious potential here with Issa Pole.
Yeah, and think about it. So this offensive line with Trey Smith and all those other guys have gotten a C+. They have. And
yeah.
So for these guys to come out with a C+ on this, I think they did a great job.
For sure.
14 pressures is just way too much. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what B's and stuff. I get it. Like, hey, man, I thought you was going to suck last night. So I got to give you those. I'm going to grade you on what you were supposed to get. So I expect you to perform.
Yeah. In Issa, he looked great. I mean, I was looking at his combine numbers or his pro day numbers. He had 23 reps on 225, vertical jump of 29 inches, and ran a 5.2 140. I mean,
it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's a big man moving.
It is.
23 reps. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Given a pro off season and a weight room regimen, he'll be all right.
You didn't see any? Okay. Oh, on the ground floor? Did you go all the way back? Okay. So if you go over here to the elevator, take a left inside that door, and then you walk all the way down that hall and ask them. They'll let you know where there's a couple of vending machines down that way, okay? All right.
All right, so we'll get to the tight ends, JD. Tough day in the tight endville.
Tough day in the tight endville. There sure was. Drop passes, some missed blocks. Wasn't really coming off the football like we usually do. This was a rough outing for our tight ends, and this is what I was hoping we was going to run 13 personnel. Now we did when we came out on a few things to try to get suggest some extra blockers, but then we didn't really utilize. I mean, with the time we needed to, Noah dropped a couple of them. I mean, he threw. I mean, 2 to Noah. I was just like, hey, God. But I mean, the tight ends, shoot, it was a rough outing for the guys. It was definitely a rough outing for the guys. With that being said, I think the guys, man, they just didn't perform well. They didn't. But with that, I'm gonna give our guys a C- for the tight ends. Yeah, C-.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It was a really tough day. I mean, I'll even say, I know both balls that Kelsey dropped, especially they were huge drops. The balls weren't the best placement for him, but still, he had both hands on the balls. I mean, he should have caught both of them.
Behind him. He's behind him, right? But he put his hands on him. Somebody's like, is that vintage Kelsey catching those? I'm like, I see Kelsey drop other balls like that and in his hands. I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, C- or D's. Y'all can stay on the D's or D+.
Yeah. Major Chip Hazard said Isaiah Likely is a free agent after the season. I would like us to go and try to sign him. I wouldn't mind Isaiah Likely, but we'll see what's going to happen with him first. We'll see. That's an off-season problem. All right, so wide receivers, JD.
Some of I know somebody had brought up earlier. Some of the routes that Andy has the guys running. But what I did see also too on film, that some of these routes wasn't as crisp as they should have been. Like, hold on, I think I got one. I'm going to send one to you. And I was just like, what in the heck? And I don't know if it's just a lack of effort or being unsure what you're supposed to do. But it doesn't. Got it?
Thank you, sir.
My man, you're welcome. But we had to play a much better game than that. And so I think Xavier Worthy did a good job. He caught the ball pretty well. Tyquan Thornton came in, gave us some things. Hollywood Brown, same thing with him. But when I'm speaking about the caliber of this team, of this wide receiver group, I do expect more. And so some of the efforts, the drop balls, I absolutely do believe. I don't know if it was just a lack of focus or what it was. To be honest with you, I have no idea. Let me see if I can pull that one up, Marcus, and send it to you, because I was just like, man, what's going on?
Even on this Hollywood Brown catch here, like Mahomes, if Mahomes hits him in stride, we're talking about a touchdown. We're not even talking about even getting the ball to the 20-yard line there. I mean, look, Hollywood's got to do that to come back for that ball. Hollywood has beaten his man completely. If Mahomes puts it on him, that's a touchdown.
Hollywood had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Put it on, at least. And so, yeah, he throws this on the money. He's hauling butt in there. Yep. The one he throws an interception, he throws it toward the back of the end zone and have Hollywood be the only one to catch his football.
Yep.
On a high angle. That's 6. That's 6, or at least at least 5-yard line. And he underthrows him. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what the guy's playing underneath. He's exactly where you want him to be as a receiver. You got him beat. What in the tar nation are you doing throwing it flatter than that? That was underthrown flat ball. We thinking 6, baby. I didn't get it. And actually I did. If you watch him, he's not setting his feet when he's throwing it. He's backpedaling. So he's throwing off his back foot and his arm. That's what those were. It wasn't stepping into and letting it loose. So,
like, even on the Tyquan Thornton bomb where he dropped in the end zone, like, even that one, Tyquan kind of has to come back for it. Yeah, he had both hands on it. He should have caught the ball. But even on that one, that wasn't like, he could have. I mean, if he let him a little bit, that's a drop in a bucket kind of catch. But Tyquan's got to come back for it a little bit, and then allows the cornerback to kind of get his hands within that too. I gotta say, I know Hollywood hasn't been the sexiest name in our offense this year, and I know we've talked about on the show Tyquan versus Hollywood. I'll say this, and JD, I don't know what you think about this, but I think Hollywood's been the most consistent, and he's been the best wide receiver on our unit this year.
I agree. You don't have to have all the deep numbers, but Hollywood Brown, he's getting open. He is most consistent. He does have those games when he caught had 10 targets, caught 7 of them, however many it was. But, I mean, Hollywood's done a great job. I do believe that. I agree. You know what? I'm glad you said that, because I do agree with you. I do. And his snaps have gone down significantly. He's getting around, 20, 30% of playing time now. So we know he's always been a crafty guy. I sent that one to you, Marcus. And Tyquan Thornton, he comes in. He gives us something. running out routes look good. I don't know, man. But I know this is what our offense was supposed to be this year. I think that's why we were pushing so much of the ball down the field, because this is what we were supposed to be. I mean, let's just call it what it is. So, so Mahomes is running too much and trying to do too much. Did you see him run in the pile and try to push Hunt forward for the first time? That was a good thing. I'm glad he did that. I mean, he's got some buy-in. He's trying to do everything to win. And I think sometimes that he's in that area. What does he do right here? Does he play the hero ball and try to win on the shoulders, or does he let guys around him help him, right? And so sometimes he takes off running and he's like, oh, shoot, go ahead, Pat. Sometimes we need for you to do that. So watch this slant right down here by Rice. I mean, it's like a jog. You know what I mean?
That tells me he knows he's not getting the ball in this play. I'm just going to jog it off. I mean, like that's crazy.
Know? Yeah, but you don't know.
No, I get that. I agree with you. It just tells me, if I'm like, what are you doing here? Is it a run play to the other side or something? What is this?
I mean, this is the one set play, 3rd and 4, right? Try and get the ball to Kelsey. Steps up. Okay, don't get it to him. But Rice is open right here if he wanted to. If he's taking him to the outside and comes in, this is an easy window for him to win. We already got Stingley wide. You know, he's opened up his hips. So if you're pushing him, he backs up. But this is an easy throw. But like I would see certain routes out of here like it was like a little bit of jog. Or I'm not running this route full speed. I look.
He jogs and he rounds it. That's a terrible route.
Yeah.
Oof.
And look, but I'm saying this. If this initially, okay, supposed to go to Kelsey, right? And then, of course, here he's Pat's under duress. Okay. Jalen Moore's opened up. So he has to step up. So now here's the decisions had to be made quick. So
it looks like he never even goes back to the right side. He never looks back to
not at all.
He's like staring down like the middle of the field the entire time.
Yeah, it's just this is a dink, like throwing a dirt ball. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude.
So I saw some of the sky view yesterday that he had Kareem a few times in the flats yesterday if he wanted to, and it looks like he could have probably get into Kareem there, honestly.
Yeah. So
yeah. To your point, by the way, about the Hollywood snap count. Yeah, I mean, I have it here as well. I'll pull that up. Can you see that?
Never, right there, Deshaun. Never. There'd be no way they'd be able to get never.
Yeah. Yeah, I Hollywood Brown 34% of the snaps yesterday, 22 snaps. Don't love that.
No. I mean, but I don't know, man. It's just distribution on it. So
yeah, I just think Hollywood's getting the attention that they should be getting, because he's the best all-around receiver we have on this team. He is that. And I know he doesn't get the attention for some reason, but he's been the most consistent all year. And I can't remember that many times I've seen drops from him. And I also will say this too. I did like how they utilized Xavier Worthy as more of a traditional route runner yesterday, not just doing gadget stuff or just going deep. They actually utilized him a little bit more yesterday. They utilized Tyquan a little bit more yesterday, not just deep routes too. So I will commend that side of the play calling yesterday. But again, I don't know. I feel like Hollywood Brown should be more featured than he is right now.
I agree. I do agree.
So what was your final grade for the receivers, JD?
Not a great receiver. I gave him a C-.
C-. Fair. That is more than fair. All right, so now we're going to head to our final position group of the offense, and that is our. Well, actually, no, I think we have running backs too, right? Yeah. Okay, we have quarterback here. We got our man in charge, number 15.
QB, man. What do you say about Pat, man? I mean, you got to applaud him for his effort to try to get the things done, and when guys need him, he usually shows up. But there were some balls that were just off yesterday, like that one that you just seen in the dirt. I mean, backpedaling off his back foot, throwing the ball. The one that you showed to Hollywood Brown, that's a touchdown. He throws the other one to Hollywood Brown. I mean, that's 6. If he connects and throws it deep. The one he threw to Juju. I mean, the guy made a good play. I mean, but still, I don't know if you go here with that. And so I'm just gonna call it like I see it. Call it like I see it on it. There's some good balls, but also there's some balls that were just in the dirt. It seemed like Pat should be able to put this ball where he needs to put it. I gave Pat a C.
Yeah, I feel like, and I think Nick Wright said this on his show today, like his stats looked awful, but I feel like his game wasn't really indicative of the numbers he had because he did do a lot of stuff that like gave us extra chances than we should have. If we have like another type of QB back there. We have more of a statue kind of guy. We get blown out yesterday. But yeah, I mean, his numbers weren't great at all.
Yeah. If guys dropping balls, man, I mean, what do you do about that?
What can you do?
Also, yeah. But also, too, shoot, there's some balls that you got to put on guys. So,
yeah.
That's reality.
We now lead the league in drops, if that wasn't apparent after last night.
Really?
Yeah, first time since 2 years ago with the famous Tony drop season.
Well,
yeah.
Man,
9 drops in a game will do that. It'll leapfrog you right to the top of you.
Yes, it will.
All right, our final position group is our running backs, JD and Kareem Hunt. I feel like his numbers weren't the best last night. However, his touchdown run, like 9 times out of 10, you're not going to find a running back who's going to score on that. I mean, he do get some many. You are behind the goal line and still powers his way in there. Just will, man. Just all will and all grit. And there's only one guy who I think can do that, and that's number 29. So,
yep. It was all him. It was all him. I don't know, and I know you said this. I don't know if they look at it as 1 or 2s or guys are just having series. But Kareem Hunt, man, he's got to be there, man, to get the lion's share of the run plays. Period. He's earned that. He's earned it. Pacheco came in, ran hard. He ran some good balls, and then there was one that he had that he got stopped. He actually hit Travis Kelce in the back. Travis blind. I know Travis like, dang, God, like what? He probably could have bounced out that. Oh man, but I mean, what are you gonna say, Kareem Hunt, man? Short yardage, goal line was all him. I mean, they meet him in the backfield, and he's running through a tackle, and he's just like, I'm talking about stepping through 2 or 3 guys to get a touchdown. And so, they needed some more holes opened up last night. They did. Needed some more holes opened up last night. But I'm gonna send this other one to you.
Kareem Hunt didn't get a touch till the second quarter last night. That's the part that bothers me. It's like, sure. If he's not going to be the starter, that's something, right? Whatever. If it's a 1A, 1B, they're going to rotate in now. That's fine. but you're not getting your first touch, and you are our guy who's been the guy we fed over the last few weeks, and he's been the one kind of showing any kind of like dog in him in that backfield, and we don't get a touch from him till the second quarter of the game. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's our game plan? And so the same thing and goes back to the whole thing of this whole delayed draw, this delayed, zone. I just can't stand that because immediately the linebackers see it, they're coming straight downhill. They're coming downhill to take somebody's heads off. So they could really clog that up. And we're really not fooling anybody with that play. I'm sitting there thinking, like, who we think we fooling? Like, honestly, if they're reading and they do a great job from their linebacker position on staying around about 5 yards, and they don't back up, they stay solid in that box area. And this is how good they are. I was just watching them last night. And I'm just like, man, their defense is solid for a reason. And so what they do is they make sure they put pressure on you from, like I said, from the line of scrimmage, from that box of 10 yards on the end from that, they put pressure on you to say, this is our world. This is where we're going to live. And anything that comes around through here, we're going to beat up. That's what we're going to do. And so they're looking for you to have, shoot, throw it on the outside. Let our guys on the outside handle it, our safeties, let them guys handle it. So we had a chance to attack that last night, and we did. Look good. So that's why those delayed draws, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing, too. We've seen the under center stuff be successful for us, and like we just don't do it for whatever reason. I don't really understand it. I don't get it. Here's the play you sent me.
It's timing.
What's that, JD?
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, I think it's the one.
Oh, okay.
Might have been the wrong one. Let's see.
I think this is the 3rd and 2 play that Kareem didn't get his head around.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I had that wrong. But anywho, I just that time into that play, he has to fake. Okay. So that's part of the action. Fake the handoff to Kareem Hunt. Then Kareem Hunt basically goes through the defensive end. And Pat is so fast on this. You know what I'm saying? Just a second, Pat. Just give him a little bit more, baby. Just a second more for him to get his head around to catch this. He's out leveraged the defense. This is a first down all day. Great design play. Just a little fast on it. Man. It was like, Pat's like, oh, shoot. And it was just, he got a little pepper on it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yep. I'm right you. This is on Pat. That's on Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a graphic of showing all the drops, and like they put that one on there. I'm like, I was like, that's not, man. That's not on him. Yeah, tough catch for RB, especially even Kareem Hunt is one of the better receiving backs in the league in the last 15 years, and that's tough crap for anybody.
Because he's going to the flat, he's got to turn around and get your head back. I mean, as soon as he turns, the ball's on him. You know what I mean? He's just like, dang, God.
He was not expecting that. He was expecting, if anything, the ball's like about to be coming down, not already in the air, like about to hit him in the face.
Right. So, yeah. Disappointed.
So, what grade you give the RBs, JD?
So I gave the RBs, man. I gave him a C+. C+. RBs got C+.
Yeah, I just wish they gave the ball more to Kareem Hunt last night. I mean, 12 carries, and we're not getting his first carry till the second quarter of that game. What a mistake, man. And when they did a player like the introductory things, where they say, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech," that kind of thing,
Yeah.
he was the guy. He was the one that was technically the starter because he was the one they showed on that player introductions. But then I see number 10 out there before I see number 29 out there. I'm like, what? What's going on here?
Oh man,
I don't know. All right, so now we're getting to defense now, JD.
yeah, man, defense is definitely a tale of two halves, man. So I think Spags, when he was just like, man, screw it, let's bring heat. It changed. Stroud he wasn't the same guy. Anytime we brought heat on Stroud, he just wasn't the same dude. He wasn't, and so that changed the landscape of what the game looked like for us. And for the life of me, I have no idea why we did not go on 3rd and long and bring heat. I think they had 3rd and long a few times, 3 times, Marcus, and they converted it. We didn't bring any heat. And what we ended up having was we gave Stroud some time, was able to step up and deliver a football and find an open guy, even though we had guys in coverage. But some of those guys are like defensive ends. I'm just like, he don't know where to be at. I know he's trying to occupy space. But now occupying the space is like, I hope the ball is thrown quickly, occupy space. After that, he has no idea where he is on it. I mean, it's going to be hard for a guy that's hand in the dirt and he's trying to find his area where everybody else is supposed to be. You're supposed to cover a guy. That's tough. I know you practice it. I know guys love doing it, defensive ends and stuff. Like I get to got the pass coverage. Hey man, if you got to go out there for pass coverage for 6 seconds, that's not fun. It's not fun. It's a little different then. But Smag started bringing the heat second half, and that's what he should have done. And he kept the heat on him. He kept the heat on him, except on those 3rd down plays. I just don't understand why we just not doing it on this 3rd down. But I do agree with this. Right there with Demetrio Spence, I gave Spags a C+.
Yeah, tale of two halves for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Defensive line, I think this is the 2 bright spots last night. We talked about the Issa Pole story, but I think the number 95 and the defensive line coming to life last night, I think that was the main story of us kind of even getting back into this game and having some kind of energy with these guys up front.
I tell you what, man, 95 is the best defensive tackle in the league. That's a fact. Chris Jones by himself could will himself to win and just take over a game. And he was doing that last night. And it helped rally up all the other troops. The team didn't start waking up until Chris Jones said, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna put it all on my shoulders. I'll lead the troops. And that's what he did. He ran down with the flag in his hand, down the hill to go take it over. Send me. And that's what he did. And I'm telling you, they could not handle Chris Jones. They couldn't. And they were still trying to hold him, doing all those different things last night. But Chris Jones was the best player on the field last night on both sides of football. Wasn't even close. And you could tell the difference between his talent and relentlessness to other guys. And sometimes it takes it. Sometimes it takes somebody to spark that in you to say, dang God, come on, man, he's doing it. How come we're not doing it? Not only did he spark the defense, but it also sparked the offense. It's like a brush fire. It just went through the entire team. And sometimes you got to see that. It's got to be the heroic thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ever see those like You see the guy, and then somebody's looking at the guy, and they stand up slowly, like because they realize, like, what is this guy doing? What is he? Does he really believe that he could defeat all of those guys? Yes. That's exactly what Chris Jones was last night. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, if I just did him by himself, man, I'd give Chris an A or A+, man, seriously. But he had help. Those guys helped him last night on D-line. They actually all did a pretty good job. I watched them. Karlaftis came off the football. Omenihu did a great job coming off the ball, too. Those guys, man, played a masterful game. Second half, first half, they stopped the run pretty much until, got down to, obviously, right, because the fourth and 1, Marcus. And I'm sure the guys are a little tired, right? It's like, oh, man, we got to go back on the field. If they get it, they get more rest. But it didn't happen. So what you do is you grab your sword, grab your helmet and your shield, you still go back out there. So be it. They ain't get it. We still got their back. And so they didn't get it done. I gave the D-line. This is the best group last night that I seen. I gave them a B+.
JD, we saw Karlaftis come to life a little bit last night. We've been asking to see where is George at. We saw a little bit of him last night. Why do you think it's been kind of a rough year for him overall? I mean, I saw somebody asking the question, why is he not getting why is he not bringing the heat more so this year?
I think, you know what, man? I always wondered that. I look at George. George is not he doesn't have like a big stature to himself at all. And so it sometimes seems he could get pushed around somewhat. And I've noticed that. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just, has he gotten smaller and just in his frame, his strength and everything? I mean, where it is. But it doesn't look as big out there. I don't know why. It doesn't. So I see teams, man, start bullying him. They run the ball right at him. So I think that's part of it. But when I look at it, I'm like, dang, God, George ain't really got the big body on him. So yeah, I don't know. Somebody said he's not being underestimated anymore. I don't know if they was underestimated then, but he's a high pick, and I think he does a good job. George weighs 250. Yeah, that's it. Defensive end 250, man.
Yeah. You're not as big, and you're also not that fast. So that's
not that fast, man.
Two things going against you.
Yeah, you don't have the quickness and speed like a TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? And I get, you know what, Marcus? And you see this a lot. You see how guys tailor themselves after other guys. It's like, hey, man, it works for him. Let me see if it works for me too. Right? Bosa and those guys, everybody starts trying to look the same. And, maybe I need to, lose some weight. Maybe I need to be slimmer and sleeker so I could get sacks and do all these things and move fast. Doesn't work for some guys.
Yeah, he did look like a little kid next to Trent Brown. Trent Brown is maybe one of the biggest dudes I've ever seen before in my life.
Yeah, he's a large man. Yeah. But he looks that way against most tackles.
Yeah.
He does. Seriously. And somebody said he could probably get Karlaftis playing. Gelati did a good job last night.
He did.
Yeah. So somebody said you need bigger shoulder pads. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's what it is because that's slowing down even more.
Yeah.
So I think they say George is at 250? He looks small, man. I'm telling you, in stature. He just look at other big defensive ends. He just doesn't look like a big defensive end.
No.
TJ Watt, man.
What his weight?
Yeah. What is he?
251.
Yeah, 6'4", 251. But his motor is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing like Crosby. What's Crosby? Crosby
They have a weight at 263, JD Karlaftis. 6'5", 263.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's listed at, yeah. He does not look 263. He doesn't look 250. He looks 263.
Yeah, man. It doesn't look like that.
Wow.
I mean, Crosby 6'5", 255.
What?
But
yeah.
But he has a small frame, but his motor is crazy.
Yeah.
Like his explosion and speed, it jumps out at you. Like initially, he's going to beat you off the jump. So like TJ Watt, and I'm going to try to compare these guys. When I sit there and I watch, and that's why I always ask, like, man, I want to see Karlaftis make a couple of tackles or sacks off the jump. He did a good job last night. He did pretty good.
Decent,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, he don't look 260 though, man. I'm sorry. He doesn't.
No. Because if you put those three guys next to each other, you probably put him as the least of those guys.
Yeah. And maybe
6'5", 2. He doesn't even look 6'5" either to me. Because those other guys look giant compared to him.
yeah. I don't know, man.
Maybe it's the long sleeves, JD. Maybe that takes away from his size.
It may be it. I don't know, man. It doesn't. No.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go to defensive backs. A lot of people are saying, and I'll say this too, I think Noah Williams played outstanding yesterday. To come in with McDuffie going down, Noah Williams looked phenomenal last night, and that's a guy a lot of people want to see, waiting for weeks to see a little bit more of him. Hopefully they don't go back to playing 2 snaps like they did a couple weeks ago. He went from 20 snaps in a game to 2 snaps the following week. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of Noah Williams.
So he's an aggressive guy, man. That's why I love him. That's what I love about him. He will put his hands on you. He will stifle you. He does not mind playing toe-to-toe with the guy. But he's got to get you early. He did that. He did that with Collins too, man. He did a good job. It makes you start thinking like, uh-oh, what does that mean? You know what I mean, Marcus?
That can only mean one thing.
Yeah, young guy play like this. Sure.
That means Christian Fulton's going to be our starting DB next year. Is that what that means?
Hey, I don't know, but I know he started looking around like, like, well, if this guy's production looks pretty good, can we get away with him being the guy? So you might come to the question like, do we want to pay McDuffie a hefty price? So, yeah,
and I'll say this too. Noah's a big dude. Noah's a big guy, and I know there's been the whole like, is McDuffie more of a slot corner? Is he more of an outside cornerback? And McDuffie's been great for us over the years, but I feel like in the last few weeks we've seen the limitations of McDuffie when it comes to guarding the bigger dudes. And obviously, I'm not saying Noah is that guy right today, but I do think he can be developed to be that top dog cornerback that we've had before, the L'Jarius Sneed type of guys, the Charvarius Ward kind of guys. I feel like Noah can be that kind of guy, and we won't really lack going against the bigger wide receivers like we have gone in the last 2 weeks between Nico, Lamb, and Pickens last week. I feel like he is a typical cornerback you want, and he's physical. We love physical.
No, I was going to say nothing more apparent than these last 2 weeks. Like you said, against bigger receivers. And so if you want to muscle a guy up, you need muscle and strength with muscle and strength. You can't get pushed around. So I looked good last night, man. He looked good last night. Question is that 4-5 going to show up?
If you get some over the top help, it'd be all right.
Yeah, he got past me. Maybe he just had a bad run. Maybe a little bit faster than that, man. Maybe just had a bad run at the combine.
I mean, is McDuffie a burner?
Huh?
What was McDuffie's 40 time?
I don't know. I'm saying McDuffie got to be 4.4.
4.44, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even fast. It's quickness. That's the measure. For DB.
Yeah, Noel ran a 4.5 flat 40.
Okay.
Probably pro agility be probably a better. The pro agility 3-cone drill probably a better measure, I guess.
What's that?
The pro agility 3-cone drill probably a better measure of quickness.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
I do say this because every week we talk about it. I mean, everyone's been talking about it. Trey McDuffie, you get assets back. You don't have to pay this big contract because he's going to want a big contract. Watson's played phenomenal this year. Yesterday, he made a couple beautiful form tackles. He's been. I would say, it's watching it. He's been fantastic this whole year, and he's a free agent. Also, I don't think he's going to get paid a lot of. I don't think he's going to get paid nearly the same amount as McDuffie. It's going to be different types of tiers.
No,
You trade McDuffie, you get assets, and then you can re-sign Watson, and you have Watson, Noah Williams, and you have one more year of Christian Fulton, and then you draft a cornerback. You continue doing like a mid-round cornerback guy every year.
Yeah. I think DBs is like it's one of those positions that you got to get the right guy in here. Okay, especially for your scheme. If you don't have the right guy for your scheme, I don't care who the guy is. He's just not going to work. You can try to make him into, hey man, I want to make him into a man cover corner or a zone guy, but his forte's got to be his forte. It's good to have somebody who can do both. But I do like Noah Williams. I think Noah Williams does have that ability about him. I think he does, man. I think we hit off on him for sure. So,
yeah, and I'll say this: as far as the cornerbacks yesterday, we talked about Jalen Watson. Shamari Conrad had some beautiful form tackles yesterday. Cook had some beautiful form tackles yesterday. You saw the tackle that came in. We talked about the defensive line bringing the heat yesterday. The defensive backs also responded as well in the game last night. And you saw that in coming up for tackles last night too. Second half, at least.
yes, sirree. I think I had one at I know I had that one here. Because it was a good form tackle. Yeah, I got it here, baby. Yes, sir. All right, Marcus. Send it to you, brother.
Is this Jalen Watson's form tackle?
Yes, sir.
Hey. That might be one of the highlights of the game yesterday, to be quite honest with you. There weren't that many highlights we had, but that was definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, Collinsworth was going crazy over, oh, my gosh, one of the best form tackles I've ever seen. And
I mean, modern day football, you don't get stuff like that anymore.
No, you don't. But those guys was hitting, man. You could just tell, like everything changed defensively, man. They look good second half, man. They just brought the funk with them. They brought the heat. They brought it.
Okay, I just got it, JD.
Did you? Okay. So Joe C. Biggs, I'm wondering why Tanya is not being used more. It's a good question. Sorry, I can't answer, Joe. Love to see it. Love to see him out there a little bit more. You could get that right there. Every coach and every DB should take that right there and say, hey, I'm going to show this. This is how you do a textbook tackle on a guy. That right here. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Head across the bow, okay, outside, and run your legs and your feet, and use your hips. Explode through a guy. He takes him, he hits him, he drives him back 5 yards from that hit. I mean, literally ran through that. All the sideline over there could do is just helping the guy up. I said, hey, man, we're going to help you up from that one. So that was a solid hit, man.
And what I loved about it also is I don't know if you saw Steven Nelson, former cornerback for us, who ended up coming back last year. We signed him at the end of the season. We put him on our practice squad. He never got elevated.
Yeah.
He actually said on a podcast like last week that Jalen Watson was not the most professional player. Wouldn't practice hard. Yeah.
I did see that.
So I got to figure the way Jalen Watson played yesterday. It felt like a little bit more there yesterday in his play yesterday. So I love that.
Yeah. And look, and I seen it, but everything he said, not necessarily about Jalen, but what he was talking about as far as like how you approach the game, absolutely true, 1,000% true on what you do. Okay, this is the professionalism is your dedication to the work. Showing up on the practice field, film study, all those different things, man. You take your job seriously, okay? But you try to get better. Every single day you work on something that you may not be as good at, okay, to become more proficient in that. And so everything he said, absolutely true. And you will play like you practice. You will play like you practice. You got some young kids out here, you will play like you practice. And it shows up in the game. So, but I guess Jalen Watson said, "Oh, you said that? Okay, all right,
I got you."
Yeah.
So, what are you giving the DBs, JD?
I give the DBs, man. I think they had a good game. Had a couple plays, obviously on the third and longs. I didn't really like. But I think overall they did a pretty good job, man. I give them a B-.
B-?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought second half they played beautifully. So
yeah, they did.
All right, and our final defensive position group are linebackers, JD.
Linebackers, tackling machines. I think the only one was when Bolton got beat. Now, I was wondering if he was green dogging and he was sitting there looking at the running back and he had the running back. I'm not sure if he had him or if they was going to pass it off to a guy. Not quite sure if that was, what the play was going to be. But he might have gave that one up on a touchdown and just came. But I'm not quite sure of that, okay? Other than that, I think they did a pretty decent job, man. I think, they ran the blitz really well. I think they did it really well. But I think the linebackers did a good job yesterday, man. I'm giving a B-.
Yeah, I think they're the most consistent group over the last few weeks for this team. Woody Marks had he got a lot of totes yesterday, but 18 for 26 for 68. People talk about our lack of efficiency with running game. That's 26 for 68 is pretty bad. So that was in large part, but the linebackers kind of doing their thing with him.
Linebackers and D-line did a great job, man, stopping him. He only got that one up the middle. That was it.
Yeah. Shoot. And then Ogbawale's 5-yard touchdown. That was kind of that bothered me big time. The guy hasn't carried months, so all of a sudden he gets that one up the gut.
Rudy. Look at this.
All right. And then our last group of the night is special teams, JD. Harrison Butker leads the league in missed PATs and missed field goals this year with 8 combined.
Yeah.
Inexcusable for the highest paid kicker in the league. Inexcusable.
You know what, man? I don't know what's going to go on after this season. I don't know how everything's going to happen. But I'm sure the Chiefs are probably looking at other guys to bring in. Like Coach Mill says, he said, you only got one job. You only got one job. And you can't be doinking the ball like that, man. Just can't. Not only that, special teams wise, didn't give our offense an opportune time in the field like we should have. For the life of me, I We double guys on the outside. We don't win all the time as we should. We have guys, 15, 20 yards deep so they can pick up. If our single guy on the outside gunner comes down, we should be able to pick him up, and we still don't do a good job. Xavier Worthy had a little bit more room to run last night, and he didn't. He caught some balls and solidified it. I don't know if he just didn't want to take a chance, an opportunity, or what. Maybe he's been watching the film of these guys blocking. He's like, heck no, I ain't going to do that. So I'm not quite sure, man. You know what I mean? Not quite sure what that was. But with that being said, I gave our special teams, and they're supposed to be a weapon for us. They are. I just don't understand it, man. I gave him a C-. If y'all want to give him a C, give him a C. I gave him a C-. But that by Buckner's inexcusable. That's what, a 43-yarder? Chip shot for him.
Chip shot. And then he almost missed a 38-yarder.
Almost 38-yarder. Almost wide. Like I said, if KC Wolf didn't push the field goal a little bit and lean on him.
He almost missed that 38-yarder, and then his PAT almost like the crossbar, like that. That was, what are you doing, dude? I mean, I don't know. It's just sometimes, I mean, we've seen it before. Some of the best kickers at some point in their career, something gets lost either mentally or something else. They just don't have it anymore. They get cooked from one day to the next. And we've seen it throughout history. It always happens at some point with even the best of the best guys. And you're not just some veteran signing, right? You're the highest paid kicker in the league. You have high expectations for you. There's high expectations, and you can't if you're a league leader and miss PATs and field goals in the season. Sorry, man. They got to either look into the draft or they got to look to see what veterans are available to go get.
Yeah.
And we've made do with guys. I remember Matthew Wright came in for a couple games and looked all right. Spencer Schrader came in for a couple games and looked all right. So we've made do with some of these veteran guys we've picked up. So like, if they do decide to go a route like that, say some coin, hey, I'm all about it.
Yep. But that we'll wait. That's later on.
It's later on problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a next week problem if this continues.
Yeah, this I do believe it's all his mechanics is messing him up. I don't know why. I was just something told me, I was like, why'd you miss this one? I don't know what it was. It gnawed at me.
I mean, he continues to push him to the right, man.
Yeah. And then you try to overcorrect and almost miss to the left. Yeah. So, look, it's a tough job. Kickers, I mean, those guys got to be tight, man, what they do. The mechanics and everything. All your tempo, your timing, all that has to be the exact same. Who was it? Was that the kicker? Who was it from the Bucks? That kicked the ground and he fell over.
Was it Young Wei Koo for the Giants?
Wow, I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you remember seeing that?
Yeah, I think it was Young Wei Koo who hit the ground. Yeah. That's another guy who looked phenomenal with the Falcons, and all of a sudden it went from one day to the next. He just didn't have it anymore. It goes to the Giants, been kind of bounced around the league since then.
He's had a tough go at it, man.
Kicking's a really weird profession, man. Like if you just don't one day, if you just have any kind of doubt or anything goes wrong, any kind of mechanics, any kind of knee thing, I mean, you're just like done. It's a sad thing, but man, like you say, I mean, with the way Vermeil talked about kicking and kickers, a lot of head coaches talk about kickers like that. It's like, you're expendable, man. You can't kick for me. You're out of here.
Right. Oh well. So yeah. So that's the grades. That's the grades.
All right, brother.
A lot.
Hey, I mean, big week coming up here. Like we said, we need the Chargers to lose tonight. We need the Chargers to go 2-3 or 1-4 the rest of the way. We need the Colts, and the Colts right now, JD, I don't know if you saw, they're bringing Old Man Phillip Rivers out.
I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, what? Well, Phillip is not going to get into the Hall of Fame. He's like, hey, man, I might as well go ahead and come on out.
Yeah, try those numbers up a little bit.
Yeah. We get a couple of little touchdowns right here. I don't know why I see that vision of Napoleon Dynamite, his uncle throwing the ball just.
Oh yeah.
like he's gonna come out and have a big old belly or something, but just I don't know.
If coach would have put me in, we would have won state. Would have won state.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers is coming back. So
Well, he's going for a meeting tomorrow with Indianapolis.
for meeting tomorrow? Yeah.
Depending on how that goes, I mean, they have Riley Leonard in there who looked. I mean, he didn't look that bad, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna make a playoffs with Riley Leonard as their quarterback. So going with a guy who hasn't played in 5 years is kind of. I mean, 5 years out of the game, JD. I mean, this is kind of like Disney movie kind of stuff.
Hey man, we don't know what he's been doing in the backyard, man. He might have been throwing some balls to some high school players or whatever. You never know.
I think he might be a high school football coach.
Oh, see, well, hey man,
so, probably after practice, that throwing routes on air with the kids.
Yeah, and I know he's putting some fire on that Joker too, man. he's wearing Joker's hands out.
Mm-hmm.
Fizz. Like, dang on, coach. He's just letting it go.
Don't need no jugs machine with him, man. He'd be freaking firing him at the kids.
In that case, suit up JD and come play. Absolutely not.
I don't know. He's Chipotle, or I think Jalen Moore with his 14 pressures needs you right next to him, chipping.
Hey, look, I told you, hey, give me goal line plays only. That's it. Goal line plays only.
77 wants all that help he can get, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we will see you guys Wednesday night as we preview this huge, like we said, officially a must-win game in Kansas City next Sunday against the Chargers. So after this episode, guys, go to ESPN. Let's put all your Kansas City juju against this Chargers team so they can lose against the JD's other team, his Eagles. So let's hope the JD Dunn magic can carry over to the Eagles tonight.
We'll see what's going to happen, man. But hey, man, look, we try to control all the variables we possibly can. Hasn't worked, but we just at this moment, man, we got to do it. There's no other time. This is it. This is really it. This is really it right now. So I'm still riding with my guys, man. That's what's going to happen. So I know we could be disappointed in some other things on it, man, but I have confidence in those guys. I have confidence that what they showed this second half of this game is really who they are. And we just got to make sure they just take care of everything they need to take care of, man. Said Eagles behind by 7 in the third quarter. Yikes. It's all right. It's okay. Appreciate it, Andrea. And I'll tell Chad that for sure. So I'm over at the hospital visiting my nephew, hang a little bit with him. So, all right, man. Great show as always. Appreciate you all coming out, spending your time with us. Just got to get this thing going. Keep supporting the guys, man, because they need it. They do need it. Actually, against their wall. And I said, Marcus, you didn't get to show my video of what that's what I was going to put out on my Twitter, because I think that what I have my keys to victory.
Okay.
Conversation. I wanted to show it out a little bit more, and I think this is pretty much the opportune time to do it.
Yeah.
To kind of show that. So when we get these keys of victory, I'm gonna have some good ones this week. So
it's time, baby.
Yes, sir. That being said, man, listen, y'all take care. God bless. Love each other the way you're supposed to love each other. We will see you all on Wednesday for sure. Okay. Marcus, my brother, love you.
Love you, buddy.
Michael, appreciate y'all. Take care. God bless. We will holler at y'all later. Y'all be good.
Right. Take it easy, everybody.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.